Hey, Kat. Long time no see. How are you? Yeah, it's I may need to meet somebody, and I thought, you know what? If I can squeeze this in, I can send it to the post, and I don't know. I'm being overly ambitious, I'm sure, but I thought, why not? It's 9:44 for as long as I can. Gosh, my hair is an absolute mess. Hey, Darcy. Well, the thing about overseas is that the shipping is difficult to organize. So $20 just to ship something that's worth $15 from Amazon that you could potentially get free shipping, it doesn't. So I'll show you the decks anyway, and then we can always arrange. I just want to manage expectations. So I said New Zealand only because okay, let's start. So this one here is the Titania's fortune card. See that this is like $12 or something, $20. It's just not worth sending to the US because I got this from Amazon and Amazon UK. I think at the time it was only available on Amazon UK. So the bag is mine. It doesn't come. It just happened to be the same lovely pink from the inside, and I have some extra chakra cards which I don't use that you guys can have. So to entice. Hey, Darcy, Kat, Hector, Yvonne, and Satya. So I'll just, I'm sure you know this already, but I'll show it to you anyway. I have the first edition. I have 2 of them. I don't need 3 copies, and I don't like the cardstock. This one, I haven't touched it. I opened it. That's it. And so let me see. The colors a nice change from a bit more pastel-y, a bit more gentle, but I just can't handle the cardstock. And also, I really don't need. I ended up with 3 copies. I don't know how. Long story. So it's really quite lovely. Sort of, you've seen this before. I'm sure there's a lot of people who's done a walkthrough. It's just a lot more gentle, like sort of sweet, sort of a lot more pastel-y. And apparently, the book is less witchy. Apparently, not that it matters. I think most of us who read Lenormand would have learned these symbols anyway, and unlike tarot, it doesn't really matter the approach, unless you're just learning. And okay, let me try to do. How do I do this? I am so messy. Okay, how about, right, let's just do this, shall we? Okay, I think the angle here is a bit tricky. Okay, so for the benefit of those who haven't seen this before, let me angle this. Let me do this. Is that all right? Ooh, that's tilting a little bit much there. Okay. So yeah, so this is very, very cheap on Amazon. You can apparently you can back it up. If you back it up a little bit, it might be a bit more sturdy. Or some people laminate it. So you go to a stationery shop and just laminate it. Yeah. So this is one. I know, right? I saw this on. I was on a roll at one point, finding out a lot of silversmith on Instagram. Some really good stuff there. Hi, Kat. I've been doing a lot of lives lately. And I've been doing a lot of lives lately. It's usually because, why do I look this way, that way? I don't know why. Sometimes, Kat, how it is. Sometimes, usually, when I'm having a lot of live streams, it's usually when I'm having a bit of a moment. So I just saw your breakfast. Hector, which one? The Aydogdu is good. Yeah. So he said it looks like it's 90%. Yeah. So it's still a little bit of red. And because I don't feel inflamed anymore, I keep forgetting to drop. I need to put eye drops still about twice a day. And because it's steroid, you have to slowly, ease into it. So four drops, 2 drops. And because I don't feel it, I forget to drop. And so I better make sure that before I leave today, I do another drop. And then, right. So this is one that to go away. Okay, if you want something, give me a yell and just say me, and then contact me and I'll post it to you. If you are overseas, though, you may have to contribute shipping. If you can just give me 10 US dollars, it's 20 to 30 tracked. I don't think anyone would want to track unless it's a rare deck. So it's about 20 US dollars untracked. It means that it will get to you either a month or 6 weeks, depending on when they can fill the plane before they leave for their destination. So that's that. I suspect this one will not be, I suspect I might have to drop this to the local charity shop because literally 20 bucks on Amazon. So I just have to try. I just have to know that I've tried giving it away. Hold on, I think my heater is on, and the day that temperature here fluctuates so much. Okay. Right. I'm still wearing my pants because I need to be comfy before and once I'm ready to go, I'll just grab my jeans and go. So that's that one there. That one there. There's the Titania Lenormand. Hello, Lucy. Touchstone, Urban, both are, I have the Urban Terror, but I'm not letting it go. I have spare copies, but I'm not letting it go yet. And hey, Shane. Okay, so this one here, Lenormand, Titania Fortune card. Again, I feel that it might not be worth for people in the US because it's so cheap on Amazon. I don't know where to put my microphone. I'm going to put it here. Okay, so if it does make funny noises, just let me know because I'm wearing a necklace. It might rub against it and it might just give you some funny. Okay, right. So that's one. Yeah, I was taking it down and then somebody said, oh, could you leave it up because it was an interesting conversation, and I thought, is it? Okay, so I left it up. I couldn't sleep. I woke up like 3 a.m. the first one, so my mind was filled with stuff, and I thought, I've got to get this out. I don't mean to be rude, but it feels like, when you need to go and pee, you just have to pee. Yeah, I'm not suggesting that, by doing the live I was peeing all over you, but okay, I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so this is the Titania fortune card. So that's one. Second is another economical one, unfortunately, which means that it might not be worth sending overseas. And I said, it's okay unless, and the unless is if you help me out with, because at $20 a pop for shipping, it becomes economically, it doesn't make any sense. For me, it's just easier for me to just drop it off at the local charity shop, and I could still do that. But I thought, I'll go on here and see first, because at the off chance that somebody from New Zealand's watching, which is hardly anybody except for Lisa and Bobby. Really, I don't know anybody. Who else? I don't know anybody else in New Zealand. There's one other, Nikki, but I think she's at work usually. I mean, it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So I don't know if she's watching. Okay, second. So this is a very, very sentimental deck for me. This is my first ever Oracle deck. I just started in 2014. It was a really, really rough time. And I got this one in the Australian Wildflowers, which is currently with the lovely Diane. And I did a rather sentimental video on it. For whatever reason, it was rough. I had a miscarriage. I was separated. I had a breast cancer scare. Not breast cancer scare, but there's a scan, and it was scary because we thought we saw something. And then I had surgery on top of all that on my womb. It was several things happening all at once within the span of a year. And I don't know how I survived. I think I survived because I just landed an interesting research gig, and it was keeping me going, that research. That was the research for the establishment of a framework to evaluate programs for sexual violence prevention nationwide. So that was quite full on. So that distracted me. But when I come home from work and it was just me, it was really, really rough. And even my spiritual belief wasn't, because I was so emotional. It's very difficult to be spiritual when you're emotionally all over the place. And I needed grief counseling, but although I went to counseling, it wasn't specifically grief counseling, and it was not covered by insurance, and it was putting an extra financial burden and an extra stress for me. And anyway, you've heard all this story before. So new life, new chapter. And it's time to let this go, even though I absolutely adore this. And again, this is another one that's very, very economical, that may not be worth shipping overseas, unfortunately, because it might just be cheaper for you guys to purchase this from Rockpool in the US, I think. Not necessarily Rockpool in Australia, but I think there's Rockpool in the US. I don't know, but I think you can get this in Amazon, Book Depository, and all that. So it doesn't make any sense to ship it from me. But if you can find a way, feel free. This is yours. Let me just get some coffee and catch up on. I kind of like her because she has that headband on. Tell your niece I have this headband on because I haven't washed my hair. Tell her one day when she's all grown up and she can't be bothered washing her hair, and she doesn't want anybody to know, put a scarf around her head. Yeah, no, Katie Flowers have this deck, and she's very fond of this as well. It reminds me of how my dad used Oracle. Well, my dad doesn't use Oracle card, but my dad used to talk to me when we watch nature shows. My dad always say, look at the tiger, and everybody, those who are weak get eaten, and who's stronger survive. And it's that kind of thing. I was a child, and that's how he tried to teach us sort of wisdoms of life, etc., without getting too gruesome. And the way Laura Bowen talk about this, her saltwater reading, the nice aqua blue, that one talks a bit more like that. It reminds me very much of how my dad talk about nature. You can see Laura Bowen sort of look around and look at that school of fish and sort of be inspired by how they survive, how they behave, and then gain a bit of sort of insight about how life works and how we can surmount certain challenges. This one is a bit more attached to the stories of her ancestors. I think she is from what tribe? I can't remember. Laura Bowen. You can do Warimi and Biripai people. So her connection is to Warimi and Biripai of the Manning River in New South Wales. So that's her tribal affiliation. And yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, divorce, and do I have breast cancer, miscarriage? Oh, by the way, we need to open up your stomach and take that stuff out of your womb as well. Sure, why not? And by the way, if you choose to be pregnant after this, you cannot give birth naturally because your womb's a bit weaker now. Yeah, sure. And by the way, you have that Berger's disease. If you're pregnant, you might just die. Sure, sweet. And there's something in your breast scan as well. We need to examine that. Why not? Yeah, I mean, we are a lot stronger than we know, Satya. It's amazing to know, like, you look back and you thought, how the hell did I pull through that? Anyway, so this is the yeah, that was really bizarre. And I mean, if you believe in the astrology, stuff. I'm sorry, so messy. The sort of what do you call it? Saturn. Something's whatever it is, it's a big thing. And then what freaked me out is that I was told that this planet or whatever it is, right, is not coming back until I'm in my 70s. And I'm thinking to myself, I can handle this in my 40s. Can I handle something like this in my 70s? And I'm thinking in my 70s, it's probably the death of spouse, that's your own sickness, or the death of your own parents. That would be one of those things, which is unavoidable, sadly. So Saturn, yeah. I think it's Saturn. How old were you? You might have had that. I think that's the. I think that's it. I think it's one of those. All I know is that the next one isn't going to come until I'm in my 70s, like 74 or 73. So I thought to myself, okay, I have about 20 years to breathe. Quick, have fun now before this bugger comes back around and screwed everything up again. Hey, Kevin. Page of Swords, people. Kevin, if you're looking for a Marseille channel with a lot of rambling about history and life and such, check out Page of Swords. He doesn't always just do Marseille. He should have shown other decks, but if you like sort of just rambling about, wandering out loud about the history of tarot, he's a lovely, knowledgeable person to watch. So this is, I'm giving away decks, Kevin, but unfortunately, because I'm in New Zealand, shipping's a bit of an issue. If I ship overseas, like I've done that once before, like $20, $20 a box, and I spent over $100 in shipping, and it just adding to the stress. And I thought I need to, yeah, it wasn't, the math wasn't working. So this is the Dreamtime reading cards, right? Again, that's for if you want. The first one was just for you who just stepped in, is the Titania, whatchamacallit, Lenormand, the second edition. And then this one here, this is my first ever Oracle. So it's an Oracle deck. So it's very, very special to me. And I know that Katie Flowers really loved this. And I in terms of diversity, I really, part of me tempted to keep this just so that I have diverse representation of decks, right? This one is the Australian Aborigine, and I'm looking for a New Zealand one. I think I have an Aztec one coming. I have a Javanese Indonesian one. I have a Siamese Thai. I have, what's the other one? Southeast Asian one, I think. Is that right? Yeah, anyway, I have a series called Towards Diversity in Tarot, which I then renamed Towards Diversity because I have Oracle cards there as well and other things. Yeah, so that's that. What is this? Cicada Transformation. Ooh, appropriate. We keep pulling up the Judgment card the other day, and now it's Cicada Transformation. Changing of season. Season is changing. Very appropriate. Very appropriate. So that's that one there. Where's the book? Hola, Hector. A lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of things in a single sitting. If you're talking about my Saturn episode in a few years ago, that was a shit of a year. That was such a fucked up year. It was so bad. Everything was happening at once. Separation, divorce, miscarriage, surgery, breast scan scare, and yeah. Third deck. That coffee suddenly, okay, this is not a deck, but it's like I think this was sold to me as a mala bead. However, this top is running away from me. I bought this top in Bali, so it's very, very nice, and it's like one of those rayon, what do you call it? Rayon material. So this is right like that. So the beads are quite interesting because it's like that, like pieces of coins like this. And it depends on how you. I used to use these things to breathe in and out, so the counting doesn't really matter, like whether it's 100 or 108. Usually, the mala that we heard of usually 108, like these ones here. I don't use this as mala. I use this as jewelry because I just, I just don't anymore. My intention was to breathe in and out, and I've spoken about this. I've made a video about why, in the end, emotional attachment is needed in sort of my attempt at a spiritual exercise. And so I've returned to rosary. And anyway, as part of that, this is a leftover of that experiment with mala. And so, if you want this, if you see something you want, if you can just tag me on the chat here and then tell me what is it that I've shown you that you would like. So that one there. Sounds like my life now, Darcy. What I went through a few years ago. Sorry, Darcy. Yeah, it stinks, doesn't it? You would love this, Darcy? Okay, yours. Right, contact me with your address. Okay. Anybody else put their hand up for the 2 decks? No, I don't think so. I mean, they're probably a lot cheaper to get, directly from the source rather than from me. Sure, Darcy. I'll let you know. You contact me on Facebook. Right, 3rd deck. Oh, this is my first as well. Like, I was just so Singaporeans. I've lived in Singapore for a while. Singaporeans will say blur, right? As in you're confused, not as in I was looking for a tarot deck and I ended up with this one here, tarot oracle. Like, what's an oracle deck? And of course, it's like tarot but without the quartz. I remember going through Eclectic Tarot Forum asking questions, and they say, no, that's not tarot. And then somebody else said, oh, that's not, not quite. But I love it because I love the art because it's bright, it's big, it's kind of, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. It was, it's like new career moves. So it's like, it's a bit like the Dorian Virtue Guardian Angel Tarot, where it feels like you're not only getting a deck of cards in a box, but you're literally getting a tarot reader with it, because somebody's chewed it up and spit it out for you, and all you need to do is swallow it. And so obviously when you first started, it's kind of nice, it's I could imagine if you want to give a young adult some self-help set, this might be a good idea. I mean, I personally I don't know, I personally would want to encourage them to learn how to meditate and to pray. Okay, that's just me. But push come to shove, I think this might be this one. You've never seen this before. This one. This has been around forever. This is by Lucy Cavendish. She's a Hay House. I think one of Hay House artists. Is it Hay House? I need to adjust the temperature in the house. The fire wood burner, I might have set it up too high. Hold on a second, please, because I find myself perspiring a little. Hold on. Okay. Right. Where are we? Oh, sort out myself here. Right. So Lucy Cavendish's Oracle Tarot, right? Is that right? Yeah, that one there. So that's the 3rd deck. 3rd deck, people. 3rd deck. You're new in New Zealand. Let me know if you want this. If you're overseas, I may have to ask you to contribute to shipping. I might be cheaper for you to just buy it from Amazon. Sorry. It's just that it's cold this morning. I turned the fire on. Now it's hot, so I have to turn the fire down. And she, I Kevin, I would consider her to be one of the sort of very. I don't want to insult anybody, but this is just my opinion. Okay, it feels sort of what I would consider to be witchy, fluffy, fluffy, witchy. Microphone. I keep forgetting the microphone. I don't want you to. The last time I do this, you could hear me swallow. It was quite disgusting. Okay. Let me know if the audio is screwed up because it's close to my clothing here. So just let me know, okay? Right. So yeah, it's a blue angel, you know, that kind of category of, how do I say this without sounding like I'm a complete hi Mags. I would say witchy fluffy is what I would call it. I don't want to insult anybody, but that's how I feel. I'm sure I'll change my mind once I know a bit more about it. But for now, this is my impression, and this is what I gather in the 4 years that I've been observing from a distance. So, hey, Natalia. But if I have to send this to you or Tiger, you guys will have to contribute shipping. Sorry. It's just the last time I tried this, it was way too expensive for me. I spent over $100 on shipping alone, and I thought I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that every time. Hey, Acorn Cup. No, of course, nothing wrong with fluffy witches, right? With fluffy anything. That's right, Kevin. It's just not for me. And I am assuming, wrongly perhaps, that it might not be for you, but I could be completely wrong. That's the problem with assumptions. My boss was saying, do not assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. It's a bit corny, but you know, I remember it 15 years on, so obviously it worked. This one here, Megs. Lucy Cavendish's. I know, right, Natalia? I know you like it. I found it one of those craft silver people on Instagram. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of them are in the States, and you know, I love turquoise. And when I saw the stone, I thought, whoa, that stone, you know, just make me a ring. If you think this is big, I have another one that's bigger. It's on my Instagram. I took a photo of it. It was this square thing, and was originally going to be a necklace, and I just we couldn't find an idea for a necklace. And I keep thinking, you know what? I'm not very good with bangles because my limbs aren't the longest in the universe. And so with a bangle, it's a hit and miss, but with rings, I'm okay. I have really short fingers, but for whatever reason, I think I can carry large rings pretty okay. The 2 decks before, yeah, let me just, okay, so this is Lucy Cavendish's Oracle Tarot. Basically, it's tarot without the court cards and with a lot of keywords. Like the keywords are very, very suggestive, like strongly suggest, like it literally interpret the card for you. So, you know, it worked for me. This is one of my first, ooh, look at my sweating, look. This is my first ever. I didn't even know what tarot, Oracle tarot, whatever. So that's that. It's the usual, you know, the usual sort of glossy, there, yeah. I've been known to have fluffy moments myself. Not many, but I had. But I stand corrected. I do apologize for making assumptions, Kevin. I really shouldn't have. Nah. So this one here. No sweating, no glistening. Okay. Okay, this one want to come out. What do we have here? What do we have? We picked just now. We picked Cicada from the Dreamtime reading card. Cicada, transformation, changing of season. This one is decadence, indulgence. That's 7 of Cups. See, that's interesting. So I really like the. I mean, I could have. I'd be quite happy to keep this, to be honest, but I just don't have the space. I and it's not just that. I think I'm just trying to discipline myself. Like, unless I really, really need to hold on to something, I need to just release it. Like, I haven't used this since 2014. So, right. Pretty, yeah. And it's very, like, it's an oracle. It works like an oracle. If you like oracle cards, you look at that, and it's tarot inspired oracle. I mean, tarot is oracle anyway, right? I mean, in the strictest sense of the word, tarot, Lenormand, Kipper, all these are oracle systems, aren't they? Systems. So pull another one. And it's that one again. Oh my God. Somebody's trying to tell us something. Okay. So that's the third one. So let me show you the two other ones. No, it's not menopausal hot flashes. I'm not quite there yet, just in case you're wondering. Cicadas, yeah. You don't hear the cicadas anymore, but in some of my videos you can hear them sing like okay, I shouldn't try to copy cicadas, but you know what I mean. It's really loud in some of my videos. You could hear them. Right, so that's going to Darcy. So for those who are asking, these are the first two. So these are very economical, very. When I say economical decks, the reason why I need to point that out is because shipping might not be worth it, because it might just be cheaper to get from Book Depository, which is why I said New Zealand only, because otherwise it just doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to drop them off at the charity shop, at the hospice shop. So these are the two. And as a giveaway, I thought, I have the Visconti Sforza from Meneghello is a more fitting giveaway, like these ones are maybe a bit more fun, a bit more, good impression. So I try to do that sometimes, and then some of my friends would tease me and say, how does it go again? I become quite self-conscious. Hello, Hecate Crossing. I'm glad my consultation is no show. So those are three. Okay, next. Next. Now, right. So this is one which I bought from Etsy. Again, I've showed you guys this as well. It came, this thing came the most horribly wrapped tarot deck in the history of humankind. This is called the Elect Tarot. Hawke's Bay, yay, New Zealand. Okay, Hecate's Crossing. If you want any of those, let me know. I'll pack them up. I'll ship them over to you. Put them in a box. I'll pay shipping. No worries. But it won't be tracked. Oh, tracking's only a little bit more. I could do tracking. Yeah. So is there any of those that you fancy, Hecate? The Titania's Fortune card, which is a Lenormand card, Lenormand cards, Oracle cards, Laura Bowen, Australian Dreamtime, and Lucy Cavendish is Australian as well. Oracle Tarot, which is tarot without the court cards and with a lot of keywords. Sorry, I have to wipe this because it's kind of disgusting. I've gifted some to Nikki, who used to live here, but Nikki's moved away now. So, okay, Titania, done. Titania's Fortune. Okay, great. Hi, the Kiwis are coming. You're in Wellington. Miss Goldie, which would you like? So, Hecate, can you contact me with your address? Yeah, so that's yours. So I'll put that aside. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Disappeared in storage. How did that happen? In the dream time, Miss Goldie. Okay, done, Miss Goldie. Could you message me your address? I don't know how. How do you message me? On Facebook, there is a Nobody Here page. You contact me there with your address. I'll post it over to you. let me know your name, your address, and then please remind me, because your name here obviously won't be the same as your name on the post. Remind me which deck I'm shipping you. So if one of the moderators can put the link to my Facebook page, please. Thank you. Thank you. So I can carry on doing the next one. Right, so done. Okay, so Miss Goldie, message me with your address. Hecate's Crossing, message me with your address. Darcy, message me with your address. Okay, New Zealand, I have no problem shipping because like $5, $10, right? To the US, it was like $20, $30 a pop. I was like, ah. I was finding it really stressful at the end of all that. And I thought, you know, and then of course there's the tracking, and then there's a week of getting there and not getting there. And it just become quite stressful. It's just too stressful for me. So I appreciate people understanding. Okay. So if you see Moon Priestess with the Facebook link, you could just message me there with your addresses. Okay. Camel, spider, what? Maybe I can fit a deck. Maybe, Darcy, maybe. So let's see what's next. Okay, you don't have Facebook. So how do you contact me? Damn. If you don't mind, post me your email. Once I email you, delete it for your privacy. How's that? Hecate. So post me your email on my blog, and then once I email you and have your email address, delete it. Or I think I have like an email link that you can link me on my blog. Click on that and email me. Yeah. What is Tiger talking about? Yes, thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you. Right. Next, where was I? I lost track. Where was I? Elak Tarot is an independently. Oh my God! Look at that. Give me a minute. Ooh, what's with the temperature all of a sudden? Okay, back. Elak. Okay. Sorry, random. So it's basically Rider-Waite-Smith painted really bright, and then it close up. It's very nifty, but the experience of receiving the deck so badly wrapped sort of put me off a little bit, sadly. But you know, it's actually quite fun. But I don't know, I just haven't touched it, and whatever. It's like it's fun, but hey Acorn Cup, I'm actually trying to get out of FB. I'm actually trying to get out of FB. The problem is that people can't connect. So how do you connect, you know? So the community tab on my YouTube channel is probably the best. Just make sure you have, click the bell, I guess. I don't know how it works. Do you get notifications of community posts? If I post notices, do you get notifications or not? Because if you do, it's probably more efficient to be on the YouTube. Just click the bell and then I'll just communicate there. The problem is that you guys can't message me privately for things like this, like addresses and things. Yeah. So I'm hardly on Facebook. So Facebook is just a catchment point for private messages, really, at the moment. So just know. So my page is not a group, is an open page. Please remember, it's public. And so it's like a notice board, really. It's hardly anything goes on there. I would forward interesting videos, that's about it, and make announcements. What brought Camel Spider up, though? That's a bit random. I'm not very good at avoiding things that are bad for me. I'm the guy who pressed do not press button. Okay, so that's that. Everybody's talking about the spider now. God. What? How? What brought that up? Okay, while you are talking about the spider, I shall take a break and have my coffee. Worried man. Oh, yikes. I was outside and I moved some things around and saw it on the ground. I was dying, though. Oh. A car just backed into my driveway because we have a very, very narrow street. Just want to make sure that they haven't. I'm getting a little territorial. I used to live in an apartment or a bigger house, and so this is kind of like new. This is a very tiny house, very tight together with the neighbors and everything. It's a new way of living. This is all we can afford, so beggars can't be choosers. Okay, while you talk about spiders, I will go on to the next deck. So we still have this unclaimed, the Oracle Tarot. Anybody? Again, this is one of the more, let's not kid ourselves. The price has a lot to do with this because, the numbers have to add up. So this is one of the more economical decks that might be cheaper to just go direct unless you're in New Zealand. So, yeah, okay. So I'm going to move on to, who's Lucas the Spider, though? I don't know who that is. And it must be something to do with when you guys have children, because there's no kids here. So if there's any, I know Postman Pat. I know Dora the Explorer, I guess. I know Teletubbies, hideous stuff. I know the Wiggles, I guess. And but the Wiggles have been around for so long that they're so old now. I think one of them had a heart attack, didn't he? Okay, the next is... So this is an out-of-print deck. Now, I will have to ask you to pay for shipping for this one. I've been wanting this for so long. So long. It's Le Tarot de la Tapisserie. I managed to get this finally on a trade with the lovely, I'm not going to say her name, but she's in Ireland. And right. How can you love spiders, Lucy? How can anyone love spiders? Oh, the microphone. Sorry. Okay, next round, I think I'm going to invest in a wireless microphone, I think, because I keep forgetting to put my microphone on. Sorry. How do I do this? Like this, maybe. Good enough. Okay. So this is the Tarot of Tapestry. So it's basically quilt work, and the creator is apparently a quilter and a psychologist, I think. Her name is Yvonne Jensen. This is by Carta Mundi. But as usual, US Games have the right to distribute it, I think, or something like that. They seem to have some kind of distribution right in a way that Llewellyn and Los Scarabeo seems to have. So copyright 94. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. US Games, Stanford. It's printed in Belgium. So this is after US Game moved to Connecticut in the 90s. And it is Cartamundi's licensing by Cartamundi. So it's lovely. I'm tempted to just keep it and see if I change my mind. I love the cloth work, but the thing is, like with the Enchanted Tarot, which is also cloth work, I found that the printing from the 90s are not high resolution enough. I don't know much about printing process, but I suspect these might not be digital. I don't know, but it bothers me because I can't see properly because we're looking at three-dimensional stuff, and it bothers me that I can't see it like that. Look at that. Can you imagine that on high def? That would be so amazing. So if this is ever recreated one day, maybe, but I think I'm fooling myself if I think that I can live with this because the resolution is just not high enough for me. But look at the lovely. Hey, JJ. JJ's back, people. Midas's brush is, do you remember Jolly Old Tarot? Midas's brush. He hand gold leaf the Visconti Sforza and Visconti di Modron. He's nuts, I tell you. So he hand leaf, gold leaf with by hand. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let him. And so it is huge. It is huge, but okay, let me show you. The cardstock is really good, heavy, and it has this though. Hold on. It's esoterica for sure. Is that the right term? For example, house 4 here. Look, house 4, maison 4, whatever 4 is in French, and then it has the what is this? The key, right? So like this one here, for example, the number, that's a star. The number, l'étoile, I don't know how you pronounce that. And then you see the number and look at that. Venus. So the borders are necessary because, where's the microphone? Oh, there it is. Okay. You know, there's all this, the star, the number, the house, the planet. And look at this. Look at the information around the borders there. I don't know anything about astrology, but this one here is, so key 6, for example, that's the lovers. And then the title on top, number 6 at the bottom. And then on the sides, it has house 4. Sorry, 6. 6th house. Why are they still working? Shouldn't they be on holiday or something? Okay, this is le métabolisme. I don't speak French, I'm sorry. But my point is that, look, the borders are big because there's a whole heap of information there. So that's the lover's card. The paintings. The paintings took longer though. Yeah, Page of Swords. You remember Kevin, JJ? Everybody's been missing you. Yeah. So you know, so that this is I can't believe I'm so warm. So that's that one there. This is hefty though. It's quite big and it's quite heavy. So I suspect this shipping here will be over 20, maybe $30 usually from my experience. This is quite heavy. So hello, Vito. Right. Yeah, so for those overseas, and I think I'm not quite sure how this is in New Zealand, but I need you to pay shipping. The deck is yours, but you need to pay shipping. So that's that one there, Le Tarot de la Tapisserie by Yvonne Jensen. Next. What's next? I think, let me see, hold on a second. Let me just put this back in. Oh yeah. Why is it so? Next, what's next? Hey, Rachel Days. It's only New Zealand because shipping. So if you want to pay shipping, I can ship it to you. But some of these decks aren't worth the shipping because they're like $10 or something on Amazon. Yeah. So that one though is out of print. So this one, I'm thinking that people might be willing to pay for shipping because it's out of print and What is this? The end of the live. Could you please take a second to put me out of my misery and tell me what that box on your table is? Which one? That one there. That one there. Trust you to spot that. Of all the mess in this room. Just, I'll do it now. I'll do it now. Of all the mess and all the junk in this room, this is not a junk, but you know what I mean. I'm just teasing now. JJ and I tease each other because we are very bad for each other. There's no mess in that room. Yeah, there is. You just shh. Yeah. Natalia, I managed to get the Russian. Oh, you should. I am Russian Orthodox. Did I not show you this? Did I not show you this? Natalia. So there's that one there. And I actually initially saw Brujo Luis, who was gifted this particular cross, exactly like this one, by one of his clients. And I fell in love with it and I went on a search for it and I found it. Not only did I find this one, I also found that one there. So I thought, why not? And it seemed to go with my blue and brass trunk, as I was saying to the other live stream. Okay, I'm torturing JJ. I know he's waiting. So this is the numeric. Osvaldo Menegazzi created several original majors only deck, right? And one of them is the numeric, sort of like with numbers. Some of them is with letters. And I found that because numbers is universal language, right? So whoops. Hold on. Yeah, so it's a series of, this is majors only, but it is, instead of a card, it's like a board like this. So this is majors only, but as you can see, it's quite thick. Yeah, and it's just in a box. And so, for example, this one is a tower. You can see number 16. And this one is 14, the temperance. So that's number 14 and a variety of 21, il mondo, the world. 20, which is interesting because the angel is just letters like that, the whole letters. That's judgment, but it's the angel. And then that's strength, 11, for example. And so it's interesting to shuffle because it's like, so it's just that it's not protected. So when you do shuffle it, I do think that it's going to damage the, because it's not protected, it's not laminated, it's not covered in any way. It's, can you see that? The texture? Yeah, so that's about yeah. So so that's what you spotted there. So you could hear it clunk, clunk, clunk. I mean, my microphone is here. Let me listen to you. Good night, Satya. Yes, like chipboard. Yeah. It's vintage. I suspect this is about 10 years old. This is some of their old one. Yeah, so that's that. So that's what you spotted. Night, Acorn. So trust you to spot that of all the things in the room. But I probably would have done the same. If I look into your room, JJ, I would have probably zoomed straight into you. That's what I do in antique shop. You would just, your eyes caught something and you would just do a beeline into the it was when Patrick J. Fogarty, who's now the Living Wheel, the creator of the Living Wheel, still produce content here. He does antiquing as well, and I was telling him that at one point I could just imagine him and I antiquing together, and both of us would be zooming in after the same thing in each antique shops. And so JJ and I are a bit like that with tarot decks. So oh, okay, I need to push this in. Hold on. Until I push this in, I can't carry on because I will be obsessed with making sure that these cards are okay, but they're a bit tight. Okay, done. In, they're in. All right, so that's that. That is staying with me for the moment. Their historical reproduction is lovely, but historical reproduction, you have Giordano Berti produces quite good stuff as well, and there's so many now. Sullivan Hisman's great stuff. Pablo Robledo, Giordano Berti, Yves Renaud, but Meneghello, Il Meneghello has quite nice paper stock. The boxes and everything, they're just quite, they're quite unique that way. But I love Osvaldo's original work, but all of his original works majors only. And recently I found out that he doesn't actually read tarot, which makes his take on the tarot archetypes really, really unique. And I love how they read because it's from the perspective of someone who doesn't actually read tarot. It means that it's very, I've tried to talk about it in one video talking about Honasa House. She told me that's how you pronounce it, like hotel, she said. So Honasa House, there's just the same, that sort of similar quality to it. And then when I found out that both her and Osvaldo actually don't read tarot and yet they create, I thought that's probably what I was feeling. You're kind of tapping into actual archetypical sense of the archetype. When we say archetype, usually it's not quite archetype in the Jungian sense, but this time around, you're actually feeling like you're connecting in common denominators, symbol-wise. You feel like you're connecting to people. It's like what I said in that video is that you kind of like walk into a room, like in a museum or a show of some kind, and then you look at a piece, and then something hit you, and then you look across the room, and clearly there's another person viewing the same art piece who's also getting the same hit, and then you just know, it's that kind of knowing, as we focus on the same object and we kind of pick up on the same common understanding of the underlying symbol of what we're looking at, that kind of thing, which is quite slightly different from how it feels as intuitive as you read tarot, when you tap into artistic work of people who actually read tarot. Anyway, topic for another stream, topic for another video. My first video back is going to be time lapse of your death card. That's okay. I'm looking forward to it. If you're into historical decks, if you're into paintings and art and visual art, Midas's brush. Blah, 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 blah. There's a reason why his name is Midas's brush. About Sullivan Hisman's I've been away for a few days. I must watch Tara Breeze's video about his Dodali. Yeah. So that Dodali by Louise's Dodali, I think is quite special because I think the majors is hand painted, and I think he created that wrapping paper. He hand drew and hand paint that as well. So I think that's a prototype of like a mass-produced edition. So I think the next mass-produced edition potentially don't have the special wrapping or the hand-painted majors. However, he is taking orders for completely hand-cut, hand-painted, box handmade, but it's several €100, which is, I mean, it take him time. You know, he had to glue everything and paint everything one by one. So, but me and a man both melted at the same time. It's a Botticelli exhibit. Yeah, it's that kind of a, you know, that kind of, you just sort of like, oh, you just kind of knew. Like, there's one, his expo, Milan expo, majors only of Osvaldo's. There's one, the sun was a melon. And you just immediately, you know, the sun, watermelon. It's like, yeah, of course. But I can't explain why. I feel like, of course, it's watermelon in the sun, you know, but you can't explain. And I kind of like that because I tend to overthink things. And so this kind of intuitive sort of hits are very, should I say exoteric? I don't know. Would that qualify as something exoteric rather than esoteric? Atsi! Hello, Atsi. If you haven't checked out Atsi's Instagram pages, she has the most amazing, Kevin, you have to check Kevin and Midas's brush. If you're on Instagram, check out Artsy's Instagram photos. I guarantee you shall be delighted. You will be delighted. I saw your Dodali, Artsy. When I first saw your Dodali, I thought, oh, unicorn on a Dodali. What is that? I must find out. So I went to Facebook and I said, want to buy Sullivan's Dodali, something or other. And then somebody said, is it even produced yet? Is it even in existence yet? And then I thought, ooh, okay, sorry, click delete. Page of Swords, Kevin, you should, as I said, you should go and check out Artsy's Instagram and look at her. I think it's a Budapest day. Yeah. Look at her Budapest, her version of it, Kevin. I dare you. Ay, 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 ay. No, every time I'd see, seriously, every time I look at your photos, right, I just have to shut IG down because I ended up approaching Sullivan and said, how much? Oh, God. Yes, Midas's brush, you will, this is the reaction that you will get. Artsy's mum collected a Menegillo way back in the day. So Artsy has, you know, have known Il Menegillo way before any of us have ever heard of Osvaldo Menegazzi. Artsy's mom have had some collection, and they're amazing. If you look at, you know, we both like vintage Menegillo ones, and you know how it is. Yeah, check out Artsy's Instagram page. In particular, right now, I can think of two of you here for sure who would enjoy her collection: Midas's brush and Page of Swords. Thank you, Miss Goldie. Oh, you could post the link. That's interesting. Usually, what did I do? Usually, only moderators can post links. Oh, I'm looking very flustered. Okay, shall we finish? Where are we? So this one here, I backed on Kickstarter and I love it, you know. Let me see. See, as I'm looking through this, I'm kind of thinking, do I really want to let this go? Will I not regret letting this go? Yeah, I haven't, I mean, I'm still kind of, as you can see, it's still clumped. Look, it's still clumped together like that. I haven't shuffled it. Yeah, so this is, I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds whether I should let this go. I don't use it. This is the Line to Find Tarot. This is very, very is it Hermetic Tarot? Yeah, very much inspired by that. And you could see the images very much, you know, reminds you of the Hermetic Tarot, but with a slightly different slant, I suppose. And so the gold is quite nice and crackly, what I would call crackly gold. So it's not that smooth gloss, it's not that antique one, but it's kind of crackly. And I haven't touched it since I received it, and so I thought maybe, I mean, you know, and with Kickstarter, with Kickstarter, I really wanted to just support artists, really. And I mean, it's nice to have the deck, but I think ultimately, okay, I thought I set up. Anyway, I'll sort it out later. Thank you very much, Miss Goldie. Thank you very much. Okay, Moon Priestess. That's okay. Tiger's here. That's fine. Oh, you allowed it. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. Don't get rid of it. Well, I have to be ruthless. I have to be ruthless. You know, if I regret it, I regret it. You know. So if any of you want this, it's yours. I don't know. I just can't. I have so much stuff, you guys. I have so much stuff I need. So anyway, so this is this one. I don't know. It's just, it's very esoteric, and I just don't see myself going esoteric. And if I do, and it feels very similar to the Hermetic. Yeah. Oh God. Okay, maybe I'll just hold on to this for a bit. Right. So what's next? Like, you know, I mean, there's so many of them that I'm sitting on the fence, and in the end, sometimes, you know, sometimes. So that's that. Have I shown you the elect? I have yeah. Okay. And then I have a few others. This is not all. I have a few others. I'll just come back. I'll come back with more. Oh, this. Hold on a second. This one. Okay. This is also another Kickstarter, and I love the guy because, well, I don't know him, but his name is Brian Huntress, and he's just such a humble, like, you know, you donate $50, and I think that the tier was like, oh my God, thank you. And then if you donate $60, oh, good, you know, it just sounds so grateful. And so he basically, he's a painter, and he painted his and again, it's unique, it's interesting, but I mean, there's so many decks out there. I have Kickstarter decks coming out of my ears, and I think to know that the project came to fruition, I think it's satisfaction enough for me. And it's a lovely art, but I suppose I love art. I collect art as well. Well, not as much these days, but I think for me to collect tarot decks, they have to function like a tarot deck. I think for me, just an art deck alone isn't enough, because I would rather collect art rather than art cards, if that makes sense. And this is an interesting take, but it doesn't boggles the mind. You know, it hasn't blown my mind, if you know what I mean. So it's nice. It's great. But yeah, like the sun is the sun, you know? Yeah. So, you know, yeah. So that's the Brian Huntress. It's a good enough cardstock. It's you know, riffle shuffling's good. Overhand shuffling is good. It's a really good. Whoops! It's a really good working. Oh my God! It's a really good working deck stock. So I'm not going to be able to do this. I've tried this once before, but So, you know, so I am not a very good riffle shuffler. So if I could do that, it means that it's pretty good. Cat, this is this one here. I think I'm losing my losing my voice, so I'm gonna try and speak a bit softer. This is the Brian Huntress. This is something I backed on Kickstarter. He's a painter, and I think he's mainly a painter. Yeah. Because if it's just art, I would rather get the art. I would rather get art, and I like his art style for a deck like that. But I think it doesn't add anything new for me. I think. So, for example, it's literally a quote unquote clone. I'm not going to use the word clone. It's literally a Rider-Waite-Smith, straightforward. And Brian Huntress, yeah. Oh, is that right? Whispering is worse for really? I should do ASMR. I could make money too with ASMR. I might seriously consider that. Oh, the one that fell. I don't know which one. Which one? I don't know which one that fell, but this is the one that. So I will go with this because that's what's underneath. So that's the Five of Swords. There's no booklet. Yeah. So that's the Five of Swords. Picking up the. I mean, picking up the pieces of a battle is how I always see it, and you know that sort of picking up the pieces of a battle and sort of be mindful of you know the battles you've lost and the wars the battles and the wars, which one you lost, which one you win, something like that. Yeah, I always see that. My approach to minors have moved away from Rider-Waite-Smith these days. So I find the Rider-Waite-Smith take on the Five of Swords very constricting. Usually five of Swords is basically just sort of the departure from the stability of the four. You know, fours are very stable. It's extremely stable, so much so that it can be quite stagnant. And so five is that painful break from this extremely stable position of the four. If you break from two, it's not too painful because, you know, in two, you still have that motion, you still have that movement. So when you break away, it isn't as painful. But when you're trying to break away from something that is as stable as a four-legged stool, for example, there's less movement in the four. Everything's extremely fixed, extremely not grounded, but stable, extremely firm. And so breaking away from the four is probably potentially, if you think about it, if you imagine it in terms of what do you call it, visual spatial idea of four things, it's a painful break. You know, it's and the next stability would be the six. But for whatever reason, in my mind, breaking away from the six isn't as hard as breaking away from the four. So that's what Four of Swords is for me. It's in the area of in the realm of the air. Traditionally, while I put sword with air, and air is mind. It's not just the mind, but it's mental as well. So it's this kind of mental energy that's been quite stale almost because it's so fixed, it's so stable, it refused to move, it doesn't budge. And then you have the fifth sort of breaking that, and it can be quite you know, so it can be pick your battles because the war is at stake. You better pick your battles. So that's what I'm getting from that. I don't get the whispering roleplay. Midas's brush, the whispering is supposed to give you relaxing, tingling sensation. I can tell you that when someone is smacking their lips, I want to strangle them because it does give the sensation for me, the tingling, but in a way that makes me want to slap somebody. So I'm not trying to be violent or anything. I'm actually talking about my partner. So he would go like that, okay? He would go like that, like here in my ear, like this. And I have this, like my hair in the back of my neck just stand, but not in a very nice way. So, and I want to go like, Weh! So I have the urge to go, So anyway. So that's the Brian Huntress. Brian Huntress. It gives shivers, yes, but not nice. Well, there it is. So apparently different people may be different, you know, they are affected differently. Something sensual, something meridian, something. Yeah. Whatever. Bye, Atsi. It's nice to see you. Oh, we've missed you. Well, I've missed you on here. I've missed a lot of people on here, Atsi. Thank you for popping around. I'm hardly on IG, so yes. Okay. Bye, Atsi. How's that relate to the deck? How that relates to the deck? Sorry, Hecate, what's your question? The Five of Swords, you mean? So the Five of Swords has sorry, not the Five of Swords. Where is it? There's the cover. That's the cover. That's the cover card for the Brian Huntress, and Brian Huntress is on Instagram as well. And again, I bought this. I backed this for whatever people back this, so I don't receive discounts or anything. I'm not, you know, I'm not affiliated with him. I'm not promoting anybody here. I'm just trying to give away some decks. So you want to check him out. That's Brian Huntress on Instagram. So that's him. And then what else? Is there any more? Hold on a second. The microphone. I keep forgetting about the microphone. I think that's it for now. I'll have more for sure. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Yeah. So any takers? Let's go through. Oh, let me drink my coffee first as well. I'm sorry if some of you have left and I didn't catch you to say goodbye. Because unless you tag me, as I said, I don't see you. Sorry, because you're over here and I'm over like there. How do I do this? I don't want you to be listening to the microphone poking me in the neck. Let's see, how do I do this? The last time I did this, I was eating my porridge and I was trying to, I don't know, before I make it public, I was going to make sure that there's no personal information and all that, and I could hear myself eat, and there's this clunk, 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 clunk. It's my jaw. I got that from my granddad. As the shape of my jaw is in such a way that as I get older, when I chew, it goes click, click, click. Okay, anyway, right. So to review quickly, this one's going to Darcy. Darcy, you want another deck? Let me know which one. This one's going to, oh, I forgot. I know these are two from New Zealand. One is for Hecate. The other one is Miss. You guys are going to send me your addresses anyway. Hecate, and because we haven't spoken before, sorry guys, Miss Goldie. That's right. Sorry, I usually remember people's YouTube name when we talk often. So you guys are getting this in New Zealand, so that's great. And then there is this one here. There is that one there. There is that one there. Unclaimed. So Darcy, if you want any of this to throw in with your necklace, let me know. And then there is this one here. If you want, I didn't know how else to contact you. Okay, sure. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Where are you posting your business email, Hecate? Sorry, I'm trying to. Well, this is public. If you don't mind, post it here. I'll copy, paste, and then delete. But remember that this is public. Anyone who's watching, supposedly about 19 people at the moment, 20, potentially about 40 people by the end of the stream, because I don't know how it worked, but every time I close the stream, the number kind of doubled. So this is just watching right now or something like that. Yeah, you can put it here and then I can delete it. But yeah, I don't know how else to do this. The Brian one? Okay. Where did I put it? Oh, this one here, Darcy? Yeah, okay, cool. Done. That's all right. So now it's trying to get Hecate's. Okay, there it is, there it is. Okay, hold on, hold on. Yep. Don't show, hold on. Don't show moderators. I should, okay, well, I guess it shows. Damn it. Copy, okay, hold on. Yeah, you could delete now, I think. I've copied it, I think. Hold on, let me just do this, leave you alone for a bit, and I have to email this to myself. Where is my... Oh my God, there's about a gazillion windows opened. You can delete that now. I'm a bit weary of your privacy, Hecate. So yeah, I've copied it anyway, so. Yeah, okay. You could delete that, Hecate. Emailing you now. Right. Oh, bear with me, people. Hold on a second, let me do this. Let me just check some stuff, logistical stuff. Hold on. Okay. Did one of you put a friend request? I'm not gonna say your name, but is that, I just got a friend request? Is that one? No. Anyway, no, maybe not. Okay. So we've deleted. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Done. So Miss Goldie, yours left. I've been in touch with Hecate. Yes, Darcy, that's right. Gaviota. Have you just seen this? This is new, but not new. I think I've changed this. When did I change this? Thanks to, I don't know if Natalia's still in the room, but thanks to her, I found this. She has a habit of changing sunglasses, those thick. I love Tom Ford. We have the same taste, I think. Tom Ford, who used to design for Gucci, now he's on his own. He doesn't design anymore. I feel really sad, but he has this beautiful vintage inspired thick glasses. And so this one here is that kind of style, but not by him. And it's actually quite hard for Asian faces to find glasses like this that sits properly. So this is an Asian fit, which is great, because otherwise they a lot of them tend to sit on my cheek and not on my nose. Yeah, because our nose bridges are lower. I think with Western faces, the nose bridges are a bit higher. Thank you, Darcy. I thought when the weather is a bit warm, like last time I was on, I wanted to, it's just, I'm hardly out. When I'm out, I've been dressing up really, it's just part of the enjoyment to dress up, right? Being a girl, I mean, I don't know if I'm being sexist, I don't know. But anyway, and the weather was so bad, I had to strip everything and put on a sporty sort of, windbreaker and tramping boots and all that. So that was a bit of a bummer. Bye, Satya. Good night. Okay, so anybody else? Okay, so the 3, 1, 2, 3 are left to claim. For the moment, I will have more, and I'll come on from time to time and just let you know what else I'm releasing. But the Elect Tarot, the Tapestry Tarot, and Lucy Cavendish's Oracle Tarot, which I suspect this is not worth shipping internationally. So unfortunately, that's in that. Yeah. So that's that. So I guess the 3 hasn't been claimed, and yeah, I don't know. It's an hour and a half, so I will have to go soon. I'll coordinate the I'm sorry if any of you come in and out and I've completely. Hey, Brad. If Australia sadly cost about $20 to ship, Brad, so it may be worth it to ship these ones, right? But this one here is not worth it because you can get this really cheap. Yeah. So I will have to ask international shipping to pay for shipping, and it's just not worth. Yeah. So, but this one here, like, I actually think you will like this. I'm in 2 minds about releasing this, Brad, but I think you might like this one. The reason why I'm releasing this one is because I thought the card's bigger, and I don't like that the card is small. And I think this is your kind of thing, Brad. I don't know. Let me show you. Can I just hold on? Can I just drink for a minute though? Because it's really, for some reason, the weather just turned completely, and hold on a second. Oh. Okay, instead of coffee, what I need is coconut water. Good night, Kevin. Hey, Butterfly. I had to hydrate, Butterfly. It's so warm all of a sudden. I put on the fire on, and then suddenly, boom, like about 11 o'clock, 10:30. Whew. Oh, so good. Okay. 4 seasons in 1 day, I tell you, this place. Right, so I've oh, Butterfly, do you want, oh, where are you? Oh no, you're in the US. Okay, shipping will be too much. I was gonna offer you this, but shipping will be too much. Oh, I can show you the indie ones, Butterfly. I mean, I don't know, shipping's $20 untracked, sadly. That one there, Butterfly. Elect Tarot Tapestry, out of print. And this one here, I suspect only Brad might like this. I don't know why. It's called The Secret Tarot by Dominic Murphy Art. And I was expecting a bigger deck, and so I just couldn't get over how not this is. But yeah, I'm actually, I have to be honest, I'm not sure if I want to let this go because I thought the art is deliciously macabre. I'll show you anyway. I'll show you. I'm still thinking about this, but when I saw this, Brad, I thought of you for some reason. Thank you, Aykut. Give me, it's Anzac, you know, with Anzac and Easter. Give me after the holidays to post to you if that's all right. Yeah. Oh, you're on Ontario. Oh, it's even worse. Shipping to Canada is the worst from New Zealand. Oh my God. Aren't we supposed to be under the same queen? Like Australia, Canada, New Zealand. Do we not call Queen Elizabeth II our queen? And why are mail between us so expensive? I don't get it. Weather so up and down. Yeah, Hekate, this morning I woke up freezing, and then now I'm sweating. Yeah, the Secret Tarot. It does, doesn't it? Should I keep it, do you think? Shipping to Argentina, or do I know it? I get some stuff from Pablo. Ooh, painful. $60 to ship 2 decks. Oh, so painful. Yeah, very, very painful. And of course, there's no PayPal there either, apparently. It's really, really hard. It's interesting, eh, Brad? Yeah. So after the holiday, after Anzac. After Anzac. After Anzac. I ordered Robledo where I contacted Pablo on Facebook, but sometimes it's cheaper. It depends. Sometimes it's cheaper to go through Collect Tarot in the US because Collect Tarot can accept PayPal. It means you can with Pablo you have to send cash. That is why I don't spend all my money yet. Brad, are you still sick? Good grief. What's out of stock? This one or Pablo's? This is Dominic Murphy's. Whatchamacallit? Oh, I don't know. Like the bags like that. Like, why do you need the bag like that? Like, look at that. Yeah, anyway. God, you've been unwell for a while. But Australia has some nasty bugs. Every time I go to Australia, I came back with that nasty cough. The last time I coughed my lungs out, it lasted usually 3 months. The last one started in August, and it didn't quite disappear until November. August, September, October, November. Actually, not until January. It was like 5 months. Yeah. Because you heard me coughing my lungs out in a lot of my videos, and I used to just cough. I didn't edit it out at all. And then I learned to pause. Every time I cough, I pause. And okay, cool, Hecate. Miss Goldie, if Miss Goldie is still around, I will only be able to sort it out after Anzac. Okay, Brad, I'll consider. I'll think about this, and then I'll definitely, if I part of it, I just want them out of the way. Like there's just so many decks, and I really don't need any of them. I mean, I don't need all of them. I mean, I've been on a sort of historical deck streak for a while now. Anyway, okay, so I really have 3 that I would very much love to be able to pass on to other people today. But we hit an hour and a half already, so I can't exactly stay here forever until there's a taker. So Elect Tarot, Oracle Tarot, and Tarot Tapestry. That's out of print, this one. From the 90s, vintage. Bye, Celtic Morningstar. Sorry, I completely missed you in the room there. Have a nice evening. No Robledos. Oh, okay. Yeah, contact Pablo on Facebook because he may have some stock, because he had to for reasons of customs something or other. He can only ship to the US 1 batch at a time. I know how it is because with customs and with postal and all that, I think the numbers is as such that the optimum may be to ship 5 or 10 at a time, that sort of thing. Because otherwise it costs too much either way. Right. So yeah, I'll watch the video and see. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. And Kat, before you decide on a deck, check out Sullivan as well. Check him out, what he's up to. Like he's making some nifty hen Sullivan Hismus or Hismans. Yeah. 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 So no one in New Zealand. I'm hoping anybody in New Zealand for this one here. No, I guess not. This one is already for the giveaway. So the channel giveaway, if you go to the community section, two cards, which is the Devil and the Tower, which I believe never really existed, but have been painted, have been recreated for modern audience. Excuse me. Gas is missing. All you need to do is post on the community section where I was born, which country I was born. And if you answer correctly, your name be put into a draw. So there's not a lot of people at the moment. So chances are, your chances of getting this is pretty good. So yeah, put where was I born? Which country was I born in? Just type it in, and then I'll put your name in the draw, and I will do the draw a month, which was, when was it? I said a month after I posted that, so I think it's the 10th of May. I think. So I might need another drink. Benabel, do you want a deck? Do you want a deck? I'm giving away decks, but it's in New Zealand only for the more widely available ones, because it's not worth shipping it over to the US. $20 untracked. Okay, no audio. Oh, you're okay. Benebel. I'm just gonna type this for Benebel. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. So three remains. Oracle Tarot, Elec, and Tapestry out of print. This one's out of print. Le Tarot de la Tapisserie. Le Tarot de la Tapisserie. Is that how you pronounce it? So let me, the packaging is terrible. I mean, they came to me like a dog's breakfast. Okay, so yeah. Okay, Annabelle. So yeah, so this is Elec, and it's nifty, but I just have never, Anyway, but the one that I really would like to pass on is the Oracle Tarot, which unfortunately, because of shipping and the retail price of the deck, might only be worth it for people in New Zealand. So I'm hoping there's more people in New Zealand who's watching this. It's almost lunchtime. It's kind of holiday week. Yeah, so yeah, well, that's it, people. Doesn't look like anybody else is raising their hand, but that's the one I really need to, because this is one of my first ever deck, and it's just time to say goodbye. So nice and cheerful. Look, it's so nice and cheerful, but I mean, if I don't use it, what's the point, right? So that's the Fool, is it? Spontaneity, taking chances. So it's really does chew it out for you. So this one here is unfulfilled expectations is 5 of Cups. You see how difficult it is when your approach to the minors have evolved, for someone to then interpret this for you is a bit, for me, just and there's no court. So really, this is like an oracle, really. Oracle, quote unquote, as in non-tarot oracle. So that's the Magician. It says intuition, taking chances. That's not quite how I see the Magician, but you know. So yeah. Are you talking about this deck, Butterfly? This one here, yeah. Or is it another? So this is Lucy Cavendish's. Bye, Zach. Oh, what a good son you are. Say hi to your mom. And tell her, a woman in New Zealand, that she doesn't know, say hi. Oh, good grief. Yeah, so this is this is what is it? Tarot Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. But we'll look at this video after and see the ones you would like to give. Oh, I see. Okay, I was wondering what you're talking about. So the ones I would like to give, a few have been claimed already, Butterfly. So 1, 2, 3 have been claimed. So the only one left that I have here is this one, and this one for now. Whoops. Yeah. Bye, Benebel. Yeah. So this is kind of pretty much the the whole really nice, brightly colored, sort of this sort of naive art style, very easy to. At the time, I know nothing of tarot. It's very easy to pull because it's literally like quote unquote oracle cards. Yeah. So for example, this is two of cups, right? It says loving union and teamwork. So it's very, it's very, it's a bit more than that, I guess, after 5 years of, yeah. So that's I really would love anybody in New Zealand. If you're in Australia, this might not be worth your while shipping. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so remember again with the channel giveaway, if you just note down which country I was born, I'll put your name and I'll draw maybe 10th of May. 10th of May? After the first week of May anyway, sometime in the second week of May, I'll do an announcement. Make sure I don't know if if you press the bell, I'm not quite sure how that public community post section work. I think if you press the bell on my channel, I think you get notification not only of new post live streams or video posts, but also community posts, I think. So notifications and such, I think. So when I'm ready for draw, I'll say, I'm going to draw it today or whatever. So, hey, Caroline, you're in New York. One day I will be back in New York. I have so much closures. I need some closures. A lot of, closures to do. I'm going to go around to Metro Diner. I'm going to go back to Columbia University to see. I'm going to go back to Kings County Hospital, just pass by at the front there. I'll take a train down all the way to Brooklyn. And I need to go to, not Prospect Park. There's a Park Slope, I think. I used to live in Park Slope in Brooklyn. So I need to go back there just to properly say goodbye. I never really said goodbye. I couldn't say goodbye the last time I left New York. It was really hard. Really, really hard. So it's time to properly say goodbye. Was this Facebook or YouTube community? Oh, sorry. I'm talking about YouTube community. Yeah, the community. So I'm trying to move away from Facebook. And Facebook is really because on YouTube, I can't make announcements. I can't contact people privately. It's really hard to connect because that's not, YouTube is sort of, I don't know, designed for other things, right? So, and so with the community tab, that community post, yeah, I think I may have to rest my throat. I know Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn was fastly moving fast even then. And this is 2004, 2003. So it's 15 years on. I'm sure it's nothing like how I left it. It was a grungy little place when I was there, but it was beginning to move into gentrification even then. Um, um, Kings County Hospital, Prospect Park. I didn't live there. I live in Park Slope, I think. Yeah. But I Kings County Hospital was where I interned. I was an intern at the emergency psychiatric unit there. New York Department of Correction has a flaw to themselves at the time, but it's been by the time I finished my internship at the time, they've shut down that unit, which is really, really sad. Because I think at the time that was the only unit that focuses on psychotherapy rather than medicine. And so they moved everybody to Bellevue. And the approach in Bellevue is more psychiatric. So there's a lot of medication instead of therapy. So that was 2004. So that's a long time ago. Yeah. Right. So no one is claiming this one. I'll just pull a card. What's that? Just now we had transformation and indulgence. Indolence, 7 of Cups. This one is purposeful action. So let me combine all the ones that we pulled today. We've pulled today, as we were fooling around, we pulled this. That is a decadent indulgence, 7 of Cups. This one is 3 of Coins, a purposeful action. And then we pulled another card, didn't we? What was it? Oh, we pulled another card from the other deck. I think it's called Transformation, Cicada. Yeah, whoops. Cicada from the Dreamtime Oracle. Reading cards. I love that they call it reading cards instead of Oracle, because I really don't think they're oracles, they're reading cards. So Cicada, Transformation, Season, and then we have Decadence or Indulgence and Purposeful Action. Yeah. So I think, transitioning from just indulging, from decadence, from just stuff, choices after choices and everything to something a bit more discerning, something a bit more purposeful action. If it's everything and anything, the more the better, more options the better. You want to keep your options open, everything. There's a transition, the season's over, the new season's taking over. It is time for a more purposeful action in the material world. If in your mind everything's an option, that's great. But ultimately, if for us to grow, for us to develop further, we must become more discerning, because otherwise we don't grow. And I think it's in line very much with the Judgment card that and the Fool card, the World, the Lovers, that we've been getting, Temperance and all that. Ultimately, we must become like this alchemist, where you sort of mix wine and water, where it's not just everything. Otherwise you don't grow. Otherwise you don't transition. And you look at plants, with fruit that fail to transition, they rot at the branch and then they die at the branch, without being useful at all. I suppose you can be useful when you shed your seeds to the ground and give birth to new plants, I suppose, but Hey, Nina. I know. It's almost 2 hours. I'm getting into the habit of really, really long lives now. This is not the plan. I'm trying to give away decks, Nina. You're in Australia, eh? Yeah, I'm trying to give away decks. This one here. And that one there. Anything take your fancy, Nina? Bye, Gaviota. I need to have a grab lunch soon. Let me know, Nina, if I mean, this again, it's probably cheaper for you to get it direct from what is this? What? Who published this? Is it Blue Angel or Lucy Cavendish is the in-house author of a big Hay House. This is my one of my first ever decks. I was completely clueless as to what an oracle deck is. Oh, did you? I just give away the Oracle Tarot too. Oh God, yeah, only these two for the moment. I have these two, but I mean, I've been advised to sit on it and make sure that I really want to get rid of it before I get rid of it. So I'll sit on it for a bit, but this one I think this needs to go. So yeah, this one here, and this one here. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of us have this as our first deck because it's, without the court cards, it's probably easier. No, I was a forensic psychologist intern. They call it extern. I do beg your pardon. So we have interns there for the PhD program, and I ended up there I actually came from the clinical program from Columbia University, and so there's only two of us because most of the interns were from John Jay Criminal Justice College at the time, and then we have some from Columbia University PhD students who are because in New York State, in order to practice, you have to have a PhD. You can't practice with a master's. But I was leaving the country anyway, and I could not afford after how much they charged me for masters, I couldn't afford a PhD. That was just crazy. And also I had a man waiting for me on the other side of the world who said either me or New York. So I chose him. You're a Manhattan baby. Are you still in Manhattan, Darcy? I am determined to go back. As I said, I have a lot of closures to do with New York. A lot of closures. A lot of unsaid goodbyes. I was Hecate saying that's one of his. Sorry, are you a he or a she? Sorry, I didn't ask. Long gone. Yeah, I think I've hold on to this for far too long. There's a few others. I just don't have the energy to dig them out. But there's more coming. Like for example, the reading card that was difficult for me to let go because of sentimental reasons. But I can't afford sentimentality. I mean, I have this shelving for my tarot decks thinking it was going to be tidier, but it's not. I just have too many decks. I think I don't have as many decks as some people. I know people who collect decks and they have a whole attic of just decks. I don't have the space, so yeah. Okay, so no more claims. So I'll just have to do this next live. I'll whip them out again, and usually different streams of people. So maybe then someone is gonna take it up. I will not go live again until after Anzac Day. Anzac Day is the 25th of April. Yeah, Easter's coming. Yeah. Today is Holy Thursday, but I don't think I'll be going to church. I don't go to church anyway. It's just Easter, Christmas. I'll make a point. I like the ritual. I like the sense of identity and the sense of heritage that I get. A sense of connection to my past, which is few and far between, having moved around so many times. And then Good Friday, and then Easter, and then Easter Sunday. Oh, I was told by Robert from Logos of Ophiel, well, he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to his audience, and I happened to be listening. On Sunday, apparently, if you need water for rituals and things, you can collect water from the river on Easter Sunday, and it's like Easter water, and it functions like holy water for cleansing, for ritual bathing, for stuff like that, apparently. So I am going to try to do that while I am I'm visiting someplace this weekend, and I might do that, and I'll try and film it or something and post it. So I have a little flask, a little silver flask that I will take with me, and I will collect that. And yeah, so yeah. Oh, you'll be back at work already, really? Do you guys not in Australia, Anzac 25th of April? Oh. Yes, you too, Nina. You too. Yeah, I didn't know about Easter water either, but I highly recommend checking out Logos of Ophiel. If you go to featured channels on my channel page, he's one, Logos of Ophiel, and he recently was ordained, Robert, in one of these alternative Catholic churches, which the Roman Church will never ever acknowledge as part of the Roman Church. Well, as part. I mean, Catholic means universal anyway. So they can get married, they perform magic and all that. So it's an interest. I've never heard of those churches, but I kind of heard of one renegade. I mean, because the point of view of the Roman Church is, I mean, even if I'm potentially no longer a member of the Roman Church, it's still kind of my worldview sort of still see the Roman Church as the church. But I heard of a sort of ultra conservative renegade church. This one is, I don't know what, but it's just like a few branches of them. And he apparently recently became ordained in one of these churches. But he is a magician for a really long time. And he was the one who said that. He said you could collect them and then you can use it. So it is kind of the equivalent of holy water. So I found that intriguing. And I thought, why not? So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to take, I think, one of my rosaries that my other half gave me, the long rope, the one with the 150 beads, the Pater Noster. I might just dip it into the river or something, and I'll film it and I'll post it. So I better remember to do that. Yeah, I didn't know that, Butterfly. Easter running water as the sun is rising. No, does it have to be the sun rising? Okay, I will have to make a mountain note. Katie! Hi, Katie. Oh, you work the next day. Okay, the 26th. Yeah. I have a political meeting on the 24th. trying to be politically active. I feel, okay, just very briefly, I just feel that our current Green Party isn't green enough. I think they're I think they're a socialist party, which is great. That's fine. But I want a Green Party. I think the country needs a Green Party. And so, I'm hoping to be able to contribute to the birth of one. I don't know, but we'll see. Or contribute in terms of supporting, not in terms of I'm not holding any major role or anything. Yeah. So Katie, I've been trying to get rid of sounds really bad, but I would like to let go of some decks. So I'll just quickly show you. I don't think it's your kind of deck though. So there's this one here. I am giving away my Dreamtime Lower Bowen, believe it or not. I'm really fond of that deck. And somebody mentioned you, and I showed that. Somebody said, how about Katie Flowers? This one here, I'm sure you're well familiar with that. That one there, Tarot, but this is a bit esoteric, and I know you're not into esoteric tarot. And the Elect Tarot, I did a walkthrough of this, like a flip through, really. It's just like a close up of the Rider-Waite-Smith, really. Look, sort of. And what's the other one? What's the other one? Is that it? That's it for now, yeah. Ours is pretty green, but no socialism. Here, there's socialist, sort of like, economical justice and all that, which is great, okay? But it's frustrating when the green agenda is left behind because they're fighting this other stuff over here. So it makes me, I just like, foreign companies are bottling up our spring waters at a ridiculous cost. But literally, they're shipping this spring water for free at a cost to us environmentally and no cost to them. Oh, anyway. Oh, the second one, this one here. Oh, Easter pie. Caroline, why don't you share this on your channel? Can you show us the recipe? That sounds amazing. Prosciutto ricotta mozzarella. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Prosciutto, ricotta, and mozzarella. This Lent was appalling. I said to myself, I shall abstain from meat. You're right. Totally fail. Yeah, this one here, Katie. Oh, the esoteric one. Oh, right. This is Tapestry. Tapestry. It's out of print from the 90s by a French, I think she's a psychologist, but also a tapestry artist. So that one there. So it's a bit like Enchanted Tarot and is really, really nice. But I'm a bit frustrated because I don't think the pictures are crisp enough. There is a write-up about it somewhere. So yeah, so it's this one here. I don't wear makeup, people, so you could see my whole face when natural light is hitting my face. You can tell. I don't wear makeup anymore. I really don't wear makeup ever. I usually wear eye makeup, but that's about it. And since I'm stuck with wearing glasses without being able to wear my contact lenses because my eyes keep drying up as I get older, I stop wearing makeup altogether. I know I'm still trying to get I'm still trying to persuade people to adopt my decks. I forgot there's a kiwi in the room. Sorry, Hecate. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Oh dear. I'm considered very left internationally, but in New Zealand I'm not left enough because in New Zealand we are a socialist country, aren't we, Hecate? We are, aren't we? No, yeah. So I know. It's just kind of it's if they could just put it with I think the postman's here. If they could just put this up with the what was I gonna high def, this would have been, it's a bit like the Enchanted Tarot. It's frustrating because look, it's 3D. Yeah, so it's 3D. It's a collage 3D, and look at that. It's amazing. You could just see that look, but it's sort of yeah. Anyway, So I have more, and I'll do it as after Anzac. I'll come back with more. I have to dig them out. That's a problem. Well, it's not a problem, but it's okay with being accountable to coming back to you, because I said I'm going to come back. Accountability is very important, I think, because otherwise because when there's no one you're accountable to, I just sort of like, I'll do it tomorrow. It's a bit like going to the gym. It's a bit like going to my Thai boxing with my personal trainer waiting. I have to come. I can't bail because they're there waiting. And so with you guys waiting for me to show you my next decks that I need to release, I'm forced to make sure that I sort this out now instead of later. Yeah, so the one that I'm still thinking about that I haven't quite made up my mind yet is these two. This is the Dominic Murphy Secret Tarot, which is quite macabre, and this one here, which I back on Kickstarter, the Line Defined Tarot. Yeah, and then there's a few others that I'm still thinking about releasing, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah. Make me feel like I need new glasses. Oh, Hecate, you're a green supporter. I'm for the greens, not me though. I'm being extreme. I just don't think they're green enough, Hecate. They're distracted, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm not so much thinking whether they should be left or right. I'm just thinking they should be green. They should be green. Of all the things, they should be green, because there's no one else out there fighting for the green agenda, if not for the Green Party. And if the Green Party is distracted, then who's fighting for the green agenda? If they're not, then they should step aside and let other people take the mantle. That's what I think. Hey, Tarot Alchemist. Yeah, this one here, Nina? This one here? Okay. Can you message me with your address? Yeah. Could you help with shipping? Just $10 will do. Because I think this was gonna cost $20 to ship to Australia. Sorry. With the New Zealand ones, I pay for them. They're like maybe $5, $10, so that's fine. Australia's $20, and that's not tracked sometimes because it's heavy and big. But anyway, we'll sort it out. You PM me. Okay, so Nina, you want this one? Okay, great. Nina, done. I'm giving away decks. Lisa, do you want this one? You're in New Zealand, eh? It's not worth for people outside of New Zealand to ship, Lisa. This might be a little bit too whatever for you, though. I know you're kind of like moving on in your. I know, Darcy. I'm still here. I need to hydrate. I need to take a break. If this is this one here, Lisa. So there's no court. So it's like an oracle, but it's tarot, but there's no court cards, and they give you keywords. Like that one there. Purposeful action is 3 of coins, for example. Yeah, I mean, for us, 3 of coins, the interpretation of 3 of coins would have been a bit more than just that, but, you know. Nah, yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. This will be a bit too, for you, Lisa. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think given how warm this is all of a sudden, I might have to shower too before I leave. I'm gonna get lunch. And yeah, I think that's it. So next time I'll come on here, I'll dig some more, and then I'll see. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that amazing? This is like nuts, Isn't that amazing though? I mean, you can see the what do you call this? The leaves are beginning to, isn't that amazing? I wonder if they inject them with something unnatural. I'm going to have to tell the other half that he's done such a good job picking this. It doesn't have any smell. That's the only sad thing. Absolutely no smell. But yeah, I'm going to tell him to do this a bit more often. Don't have to wait for me to have my eyes exploded on me. Want them in my garden. Yeah, I know it's still beautiful, butterfly. I am the opposite of green thumb. Sorry, what's the term? Green thumb, green finger. I really would love our garden to be a bit more gardeny, but I am useless in the garden, so I have to rely on the other half. I really should be the one gardening because I'm at home all day. So they are likely genetically engineered to last. Oh. Caroline, Caroline have this running gag with Zach. Zach, don't break the soap. Zach, are you listening? Caroline said, don't break the soap. Oh, dear God. Okay, I am fainting away. So I think I need to eat. I'm going to grab some pie since Caroline talked about pies. I suddenly want some pies. And then I'm going to drink more coconut water. I'm going to organize these addresses to ship for after Easter and Anzac. I will see you after Anzac. For those in New Zealand and Australia, happy Anzac. Do you say happy Anzac? But, Anzac Day is always very emotional for me. It feels like it is the kind of national day for my adopted country, New Zealand, a country I've sworn to die for if I need to. So although I don't have ancestors during Anzac, during the war, First World War, but it's always very emotional for me. So yeah, blessed Anzac Day. And if you are celebrating Ostara, is it? I'm not quite sure what it is in the Southern Hemisphere. Easter for me. Holy Week this week. Have a blessed Easter. And I will be back with more decks, and I will revamp whatever decks I have here that I've decided that I've shown already. if you've seen something today and you didn't manage to say something here, just I might take this down because this is a boring stream. Why would I want this up? Anyway, message me and I'll, we'll sort it out from there. Did he now, Lisa, your granddad, receive a medal from the Queen? Well, butterfly, you know what I mean. When you adopt nationality to somebody, technically, aren't you sworn to die for your country? Kind of. Maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing my countries. But you know what I mean. I'm getting a little patriotic. Usually new adoptees of a nation are usually a little bit more patriotic because we choose to relate. Well, in my case, I choose to relinquish my nationality in order to take up New Zealand nationality, because I can't. The previous Indonesian nationality doesn't allow dual citizenship. So if you are somebody who can pick up a second citizenship, then maybe it's not a big deal. But for me, I had to let go of the citizenship of my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my cousins, my auntie, my uncle, Yeah. So anyway, have a great day, have a great holiday, have a great Easter, and I will talk to you again soon. And for those of you who have claimed some of these stuff, remember to email me your phone number, your name, and your address, postal addresses, and I will not be able to sort this out until Anzac, which is until after the 25th of April. And I will not go live again until after then. So until then, don't delete. I won't delete, but I usually make it unlisted. Yeah, I just feel like my channel is a bit cluttered. I don't like it feeling cluttered, like with pieces of videos that I feel is a bit frivolous. And this is kind of frivolous. It's fun, but it's kind of, do we need this to be archived for eternity? No, we don't. Anyway, bye. Bye.